Hey, I just need you guys to take a look at this video real quick. So I couldn't really post the video because it's getting flagged as copyright. Basically, it's a video about a man delivering a whole bunch of groceries to a lady and her husband, and they did not tip the guy, and there was about 40 pounds of water, and they were degrading the guy, and he was basically saying, I'm gonna stop the order, return it back to the store. And she was just saying, I don't tip delivery drivers, I tip my hairstylist, but I'm not gonna tip a delivery driver. And they're saying they didn't have money to tip, and he's like, well, you had money to place this order, and blah blah blah. And it went into this whole battle, and it just keeps going and going and going. You can watch the video if you find it on TikTok. Just type in DoorDash delivery driver angry about tip, and there's a whole bunch of videos. It's the same couple. I don't know if it's staged or not, but it's actually a reality, and this shit happens every day. And I'm gonna give my opinion about this after this little clip. Gas has risen. Registration for cars has risen. Driver's license has risen. Food has risen. Everything keeps going up, but these companies don't want to pay. Yes, they can boost and make the order higher and have a higher base pay. I've done jobs like this before. I never accepted anything that didn't have it. But what's unfair about this is that you can take the order, and let's say the order was $7 and the person was tipping you 10, so the whole order was $17. They can change that tip within 24 hours, and no one wants to talk about that shit. So basically, they can do it. The person gets paid the 7, and they gotta wait for that tip to go through, and that person can take the whole entire tip, and they did that whole trip thinking it was 17, but it was only $7. These companies like Uber Eats and Uber and Instacart and DoorDash and all these companies, they need to start raising the price and paying the drivers a little bit more. Because I know damn well, if you're looking at something on the Instacart app or any of those apps, the prices are upped. They are upped compared to the store. And you can't use sales or anything like that. You have to just purchase what you purchase on these apps. So you get a little commission off of that plus the gas mileage. They only pay 50 cents per mile, sometimes even less. And then on top of that, these customers want to degrade the shoppers and stuff like that. Not fair. Don't tell them to get a job. What if they're doing that on the side because they are on disability or in retirement and they can only make a certain amount, and that's the job that they can take because no one wants to hire them because age discrimination. If somebody has like a record, or they make a sustainable wage but they need a little bit more income to help them with what's going on, or if they have to pay for a wedding or pay for something, people do these jobs because they need that extra income. Either these companies need to up the charge for the service, or they need to do a mandatory 5 to 10%, or if people are going to tip on these apps, they need to remove the option of actually taking away the tip and leave the option to add more of a tip. Yeah, I get it. Tipping is mandatory, but it's also fair because I know in some countries they don't accept tips. It's actually, what do you call it? Actually a disgrace to do that in some countries. But those are third world countries. We're here in America. We need to make a wage. I'm sorry. I don't agree with how the driver reacted, and especially with the way the customer was talking to the shopper. But seriously, y'all, if you cannot tip, do it yourself. If you cannot go out to eat and leave a gratuity, don't fucking go out to eat. If you cannot go get your hair done without leaving something, don't. I just can't. It's not fair. Sorry.